I know that there's a tremendous amount of fear and uncertainty and grief and rage over the current state of affairs. There's so much going on in the world right now. And so what I wanted to share with you is, if you think about what happens to the nervous system in the face of all this emotional pain, is if you just think about the physics of the nervous system, what happens is there's going to be a lot of, at the primitive initial reflexive response, there's going to be a lot of constriction, there's going to be a lot of restriction. That makes sense, yes? There's a tightening down, okay? But, and I don't know why when we all get to God, we're all going to have our own questions. This is going to be one of mine. But in order to actually get through the emotional pain and to transform the emotional pain, you've got to do something very counterintuitive. Instead of doing this constriction, restriction, one of the most powerful and transformative things that you can do is simply stay open. And the reason that this pragmatically makes sense is because what you're trying to do is move energy. You're trying to get the grief out of you. You're trying to get the fear out of you. You're trying to get the anxiety out of you. Well, you can't if you're constricting down on the very energy you're trying to release. If you want to get rid of pain, you have got to first be with pain. In order to transform pain, you have got to first be with the energy of the pain. And when we do this, something extraordinary happens, because once the grief passes and once the fear passes and once the anxiety passes, what is left is something more enduring and something more eternal. Relief, connection, groundedness, and faith. I'm thinking of everybody. We're all in this together.